Yes. So next one, we have a statistical data analysis. Your ability to, manage the statistics that you're going to derive from the data itself, and post implementations of the data systems that you're going to design, and then the performance measurement. How will you measure the data? The result that you get from the data at the end of the day. How to manage them effectively. All right? Okay. So there's a typical situation that I want us to take a look at. It's a real life example. So let's go through the story one to go, the example. Next. All right, next. That's the demographic of the people, right? So, next. Next. Every year. That's awesome. Next one now. All right, next one. Was there a problem here? What is the problem? What is the problem? Thank you so much, sir. Resignation, right? 3 of their key management staffs decide to resign. And the period was just about to be at hand, a month plus. Okay, go ahead. Okay. 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 Cuddles and Giggles management feel they will need to postpone the mega sales at least by a month. Next one. Okay. However, yes, for the success of this crucial event, that the date have to be changed. That means they have to advertise and then market the same event. Okay, next one. Let's look at it again. Of the major change. All right, go ahead. Everywhere, they make sure that everywhere, every human being sees it, so that every human being knows that the date is changed right now, right? And probably they think that's what they're supposed to do, right? Yeah, you seem to have a biastic mind regarding it. What they did was wrong. So what are they supposed to do?
Because when the top management resign, first thing, they are meant to even know what was working before. They should have data that guides them, right, every year, because they've been doing this consistently, right? So they need to have this data, regardless of whether 10 people or 50 people resign from the company, right? So they are people dependent instead of data dependent. So for me, I'm not seeing any reason why they should even change anything because some people resign. That's my opinion.
All right, please, you want to celebrate him if you want, okay? Yes, that's key, right? What about your business? How many of you have data that people can depend on, that in your absence, everything can still work? Are there procedures, informations that you've put in place that serve as a data for which if for any reason on earth something happens that you can no longer be part of the system continues to work. Do you have certain things like that? Because without the data, you can't build a system. Right? You cannot. So many of us are actually in a big system that have a potential to be a big business, but we are operating with the S mentality. Right? That's self-employed. When you're not there, your business don't work. The last time I checked, for things to work, you have to be there, or else nothing works, right? So the system where people dependent, just like you said, rather than data dependent. But is it true? Let's continue the rest of the story, all right? But that's the point there, by the way. So let's finish the real example in this store. The marketing department start running an ad on radios and televisions, all right? And website. Okay, next one. They said, in spite of the large advertisement and the effort and the word of mouth, what happened? It's not spreading among the whole masses. Next one. So if they don't have a data analyst, how would they have known this? How many of you have put a lot of effort in an advertisement in your business, market a lot of things, and yet it does not seem to, the result that is bringing does not seem to commensurate with the kind of things that you expect before? You know you've worked hard, you put a lot of energy, you put time, you spend money, all the things they ask you to do, you've done it. Yet somehow what you've done is not reflecting the kind of result that you want. You know, I tell someone, for one thing to work, there have to be a reference point of something that doesn't work first. And so the relative understanding is what helps. Now, what makes it possible for that is that they already have. They know previously, maybe there's a certain time people watch this thing, right? There's a certain time, location, geographical location that affect this. So all those things were not put into consideration. They were doing the right thing, hopefully that the actions, whatever they are doing, should bring the result. Right? So go ahead, look at the rest. As a result, many of the ads are run during late night and early morning due to geographical time differences. Yes, next one. So what are the factors that made it successful? Yes, someone said change, someone said the data, right?
Correct interpretation of the data.
Please celebrate my guy here. Did you hear what he said? Okay, please say it.
I say it's the correct interpretation of the data that was analyzed. The right interpretation of the data that was made available by the analysts. That's what's...
So, in simple terms, who can tell me what business intelligence is?
Correct interpretation.
Right? Thank you so much. Yes?
Data collection, analysis, accurate interpretation, and implementation.
Right? The ability to harness data, capture data, right? And then what? Store the data, analyze the data, using the data analytical tools to make meaning out of the data with a goal to make profit, to generate profit for your organization. So how many of us are going to start implementing data system in our businesses from now? Okay, yes. So let's look at the key differences between transaction data and then business intelligence data. Transaction data and systems respond to occurrences and uses current data. That's transaction-wise, all right? Help provide form to the organization, but the BI help in predicting future occurrences. And that bank gets your data, right? So that they can pay you money. So many systems get your data for an ease of present transaction. But any data that is collected with an aim, all right, to predict a future occurrences, that is called a business intelligence data. So it uses historical data, help an organization to redesign itself, to re-evolve, to be able to fit the dynamic changing world. Without that, what was said to be true then, it says that very soon, remember what Buffett always said, he said a lot of people will find themselves beautifully equipped for the world that no longer exists. Right? Business data are data that helps you to predict the future occurrences, to forecast the profitability, to help you redesign your organizations based on what have happened in the past or based on what is happening at the moment. Get some data every day. I was reading something about lining, and they said in the next 10 years, there will be more competition than there have ever been in the last 200 years in the things that you do. The difficulty ratio for you to make the same amount of money you are making now in your business in the next 10 years will be more difficult than the difficulty that have ever been experienced combined in the last 200 years. Your only key for sustainable growth in the next future is the data that you're going to be mindful of from now henceforth, while your competitors are not. Right? Transaction system data are made for increasing efficiency and helps make process automatic faster. But the BI system made for increasing effectiveness, help in effective decision making. Based on what we have, we can project where we can be in the next 5 years. We can project where we can be in the next 10 years. Those kind of data that will help you to do better, to perform better in the same area of your endeavor, they are said to be business intelligence data. So in other words, in your feedback mechanism systems that you're going to design and place around your individual businesses, all right, find some questions that suit the development and the growth of your organization and include them in the form. It can be online, it can be offline. But that information will give you age. Remember what Steve Jobs said, the only way to go forward is to go backward. The true way forward is backward. Because it's only by connecting the dots back up. And that's what Google are doing. That's their business. Right? Now, in the BI system, all right, transactioners in the transaction system, both data and database are continuously updated every single now and then to make sure everything works. While in the BI systems, system use queries, and data and database are periodically also updated. But because of the advent of technology, and especially the artificial intelligence, in most cases, most of these data can even update itself. Based on the likely event that have happened in the past, it makes decision of its own and increase its own data capacity and data size. So here are some following traits of successful BI systems. These are the traits, things that you look for to implement in your own systems. Number one, over time, BI systems should expand, become more matured, and should be improved. So there will be a room for improvement. But above all, a BI system should be made part of organizational resource system and should be feasible in the long term. So part of your business is I want you to find a way to implement it as part of the feasible part of the business itself. And then the last third one, BI predict and agile by nature such that they can change and adapt to changing business conditions. Does it make sense? So it should be an area of concern that at least you should prepare for an adequate funding for this data, because your success in the next 5, 10, 15 years will largely depend on the data that you're going to have in the very given field that you have. That's why companies pay huge companies a lot of money to get data. Then we have organizational culture should reflect BI support and solutions. Just a question here. Which of the following is not a characteristic of a BI system and data? Number one, say use current data. Number two, predict occurrences. Number three, system use query. Number four, help in effective decision making.
Number one. Yeah.
Who is sure? Okay.
It's not a characteristic. Number one. It's
Yes.
not a characteristic.
Now, okay, yes, sir.
For BI uses historical data, not current data. It's transaction that uses current data.
Okay. Who said number three? Okay, give him. Why is it that some people just change their mind all of a sudden? All right, just give it to my brother here. He said number three, yes. Let's get his view.
It's part of the transactional information, not the BI system.
Okay. Who have another different answer? Wow. It's like everybody is about to fail. It's like everybody is about to fail. Please clap for who said number two? Who said number two? Okay, why do you say number two? No, did you get the question? Which of the following is not a characteristic of a BI system? That's business intelligence system and a data. Okay, next. Yes, clap for number one, everybody. No, I say we should clap for number one. Those that didn't say number one are jealous. Okay, everybody clap for number one. All right, so uses historic data is not a characteristic of a BI system. Yes. Current. Uses current data. Remember, it uses the previous data with your goal to predict the next occurrences, basically, right? Now, if you have a business and you know something, you get a feedback from your customer of what they don't want, it helps you to avoid it next time, right? So does that increase the chances to which they're going to patronize you the more? So when you employ that intelligence in your system, you are set to evolve your system through a business intelligence system. Next one. Okay. These are steps for developing effective BI systems.